You recognize this body, Robert?
What's that?
You
Nice.
recognize this body?
I do.
It's the Power Master.
Yes.
Good evening, guys. Welcome to another Monday here with Operation 11 Charlie. Apologize for that. We had some technical difficulties. Thank you, Robert, for fixing it. Uh,
Well,
what's going on, guys? My goodness. It's almost Actual Fest West, guys. So yeah, I'm not ready. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. A lot of stuff to do here still. Welcome, guys. Let me see who we see in the chat. I see Robert. Welcome in, Robert. I see A&A Supreme. Welcome. Yellow Dog. Welcome in. Curtis. Welcome in, brother. Uh, yes, please. Josh. Chunky. Welcome in, brother. I see Icon RC. Maurice. Welcome, brother. Thank you for hanging us with us. So, guess what? We're gonna have to change the theme for today. So guys, so I apologize for that. So we're just gonna hang out here for the day. Let's talk about RC stuff that we're gonna be doing Action Fest or whatnot. So uh Eric, welcome in, brother. Good to have you. Good to have you here. Um my goodness. Pablo, welcome in, bro. Thank you for hanging out with us. So I see in the chat that we're talking about Action Fest West. I don't know who's ready. I'm not.
Oh,
I'm
they're
not
talking about Axial Fest West and Proline by the Fire.
already. Oh my God. Let's go through Action
let's
Fest
keep
West.
on.
Let's go through Action Fest West first, and then yeah, it's we got some awesome events coming up. We got Action Fest West coming in next week. In August, we have Let's Talk. Also, there's gonna be an event in Canada, GCM. Um, September we got Prona by the Fire. I don't remember what is in October. I know November we got the Utah event, and uh that one, Dennis, the ones that you guys are going, and
Oh,
and
Gauntlet.
Great Lakes Gauntlet.
on the Gauntlet on September. Yeah, thank you, guys.
Yep, Michigan Great Lakes Gauntlet.
And
Yeah,
EA Supreme said Battle at the Beach.
yeah, that's the one in Utah. In November on that weekend of the Veterans Day. So Taylor Cook, welcome in, brother. Taylor is one of the main guys for Crawlers and Coffee. Oh yes, December is the Crawlers, the big event for Crawler and Coffee, man. Um, that will be nice to go. That's gonna be also in Horseman Park, right, Taylor? If I'm not mistaken, where they do Prom on the Fire. That's a nice location right there. So, um, looking forward for that one, man. Yeah. That's a nice event. That's to end the year with that. Um, let me see.
Yeah, I'd love to get the Proline by the Fire one time.
That's one of my favorites. I like all of them, but Fallout by the Fire is one of my favorites.
What's the theme this year? The 1850s or something like that?
Something like that. I believe so. What was the last year? What is a survival, right? Last year was
Survival.
survival. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't remember what is this year's theme for that. Um So next week we're gonna be in Donner's ski ranch, not Donner's. Oh my God, I'm a wrong location for Action. Rob's Resort. Jeez, please. Yeah. I, I'm drinking my coffee still. Yeah, Rob's Resort. My goodness, apologize for that. Rob's Resort. So we got Rob's Resort coming in. Oh, 1850 theme. Thank you, Taylor, brother. Appreciate it. Gary, welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Thank you for stopping by. Let me see here. No. Let me put here also our website. Well, next week. Oh, next week got a special. We'll talk about that at the end. JD in the house. Welcome in, JD.
JD's not allowed in chat anymore.
It's not. It's banned.
And
I was gonna say that. Yeah, I was gonna say that, but JD said it first. Yes, so we're celebrating the program. We're gonna celebrate the Dennis' birthday. Yeah, yeah, brother. Ben, welcome in, brother. Welcome in, Ben. So it's some of our guys in the chat, some of our veterans, let us know when you want to join us. We could do a multiple Monday, I guess, unexpected multiple Monday here. So let us know, guys, if you want to join us here. What is that, Josh? You're working on what is that rig?
Um, so when we were at that comp, a guy named Terrence that does lanyards and paints bodies and stuff put this
Mhm.
as a giveaway, and we won it. So my gatekeeper now has the J Concepts Power Master body on it.
Mm,
He did a really good job airbrushing the skulls in,
that is sick,
Oh.
man.
and then did the
That is sick.
devil. And I tried to line up the body post in the back so it lined up close to the horns.
Mhm,
It's as
mhm.
best as I could get it.
Yeah.
So I was cutting the grill out to put on right here, and then it'll be done.
Are those the bumpers you guys make? Or
This is a STX10 Pro bumper
oh, is
because
it?
I had
Oh,
the bumper
okay,
we make on my Pro.
okay.
No, I have it on a different truck, but I took the bumper off the Pro because the Pro has a Class 1 bumper on it now,
Yeah.
and that
That's
just
nice.
worked out pretty well.
Yeah, it did. It's well
like
tucked in, man. It's well tucked in there. That's nice. Nice, brother. So let me see. One Lacos RC Russell, welcome in. We got Tony in the chat. Welcome, Tony. Gary says he's hoping to get his crawler next month. That's sweet. That's sweet. My goodness. What you working on, Dennis?
That's the bumper that Josh makes.
Oh, and okay, that's what I wanted to know because you guys painted it, right? You did the
Yeah, I painted mine black.
black. Okay.
And
Casey, welcome in, brother.
it's tucked
Nice.
right up against the body.
Nice.
And just want to say I don't make them. I had an idea, and Chunky drew the design out.
Oh, yeah, chunky. Okay.
The ones that you came up with.
Yeah.
Well, I came up with the straight one, and he figured out the triangle looking one.
Oh,
So
the stinger look.
yeah, mine's more I guess you'd call it a bull bumper.
Like
Then
that.
he did the stinger, and he sent it all out.
These.
Yeah, as I say, I have the unfinished one here. I have to see where I think I'm out of stingers. Oh, but I have this one. So yeah. It all came from when we went to that comp and people were cutting up pop cans and bending them around the frame to make a bumper to be class 2 legal.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's got to be something that looks better and easier that's affordable. So
Don't talk about Sorka because Eric on the chat
yeah, JD too.
and JD. Oh my goodness. My goodness. Man, it's been crazy hot over here. Crazy, crazy hot. Cindy,
I mean,
welcome in.
you get the heat advisory alert.
Every day, bro. Every day, what was it in the 90s? But it feel like 109, 110.
Yeah,
I
but
st-
it's been hot here like in the 90s last week.
yeah.
You guys are in Florida. That's to be expected.
But I should stop complaining. I
It
should
doesn't
stop.
feel the same.
No, it's
Well,
feel.
I think Robert's still in Florida. I mean, he moved.
Yeah.
I'm still here.
what is it? Um, yesterday, a couple of days ago, start complaining when I saw the news about Death Valley, that broke the record, world record, man, 129 degrees. So it's even hotter than we went in Iraq. It was
Oh,
129, man. That is crazy. Ross says Taylor 100 plus, around 113 today out there. That's Apple Valley, 106 right now. My goodness. Most welcome in, brother. Welcome in, Eric RC Patina in the house.
What?
Yeah.
Hobby, did
you
you
don't have to
notice
lie to us, Moose. You were over there watching Bullman and then came here. That's all right.
Hobby, you noticed the truck that's with mine now, right?
Oh yeah. So finally, Tony took it out.
Yeah. Drove that Saturday and that truck was doing the work.
That's nice.
Then Dennis ran it over.
Oh, scratch it already.
He there was uh, a gap between two rock walls
Mm-hmm.
about maybe 5 inches wide. And he kept trying to get across it. And when he got the front end over, the whole truck slid down inside. I said, "Don't move." So I used him for me to go across. I said, that puts a whole new meaning to got your six.
Oh my goodness.
But no, that the truck that he won is really nice. It's amazing. The
That's
truck
all.
drives so nice.
It's crazy that it stayed in Ohio, right? There's so many people
They
that
both did.
they're both there, right? The last two raffles that stay in Ohio,
Yeah,
uh,
the Phoenix and the Pro.
and they're pro. That is, oh, Tony should be receiving the stuff from the light from My Trick RC. So Tony, if you're in the chat, you should be receiving the lights from My Trick RC. Just let me
Oh, they're
know.
sending the light kit for it.
Yeah, yeah, they're the one that they add to it. Oh yeah, that is sweet. So how was your guys' weekend, man? Anything special or for July?
Not really.
Not.
No.
I crawled out back some yesterday and I think Friday went down. Oh, we did go on the 4th. We went to Country Junction Hobbies and he set up an off road track and we were out there and some kid had just sold the hobby shop owner what is that, the SC10, the team
Mm-hmm.
associated 4-wheel drive short course truck.
Yeah.
And Joe had walked in with us and I brought him a truck to use to play around with out back. And Joe ended up, the hobby shop owner, Darren, was like, "Hey man, just run this." Joe left with it. But that was a blast out there on that short course track.
It's a truck that Joe says Pro 4, all mine. Taylor says yes, it will be on the way soon. That is for Tony. That's My Trick light kit, Tony, brother. Wacos, welcome in, brother. Welcome in. Good to have you here. Wacos and our guys here from Florida already out. So uh our July outing, we moved it to the first week of August. I think it's September 3rd. We're still waiting.
August.
Yeah, I mean August, September. I'm already September. August 3rd. Thank you, brother. So it's gonna be, yeah, Saturday, August 3rd. So we still don't know the location that we're gonna go. So just for our guys there from the Florida chapter, that's where we're gonna go. I know our guys from Kentucky that went out over the weekend. Craig and then some of the guys out there went out to to pro down in Kentucky. So Moose, yeah, Moose was working with at Axial Fest Badland on his pro. So he said it is done. So that's awesome.
That's awesome,
Hey,
Moose.
yeah.
What body is he putting on it?
Hey Moose, what
What's up,
body?
John?
John Martin, welcome in, brother. Welcome in. Look at Joe said 25 minutes says my pro was $20. It's true. Hey, that's what happens on raffles, man. And
And
we're gonna be continuing doing more of these raffles, guys, through the year. Um,
Joe's Phoenix was only $20.
right, as well.
I think he spent 40 though. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good body.
That's I got the body. Ooh, I got the one that Dennis. This is gonna be, let me check Adam, the one that the old man Dennis painted. I gotta download the pictures, right? So I can show it to you guys. Yeah, he's here.
Okay.
Let me see here. Bam. I can't wait to see it in person, Dennis. Let me see here, sending this. Um, I can't wait. So I see some of the guys there. We're talking about Action Fest West. Who's going in the chat other than our guys? Who's going? Who's going to be there next week?
EA wants to know if he should get some lights for Axial Fest.
Oh yes, yeah. They do. Yes, they do the night run. They do the night run. So our guys are listening. Yes, so you want to go ahead and put some lights on your rig. They do the night run. Yep. And they usually do it, what was it, Friday when they did it in Badlands? So, excuse me, I'm assuming that's going to be Friday. Friday's going to be there. Uh, we'll be there on Wednesday, sometime Wednesday afternoon. So we're gonna set up we're gonna be set on our booth down there. So let me see, downloading this pictures here. And so we'll be there until Sunday. We're gonna be there until Sunday. Only one picture?
Yellow Dog Adventures said he's going Sunday and camping at Union Valley until Wednesday.
Whoa. Okay. Why they only send one picture?
Now, you're picking that truck up at Axial Fest,
Yes,
or
sir. No, Axial Fest. Yeah, Adam. That's what I see Adam every year at Axial
okay?
Fest. So he's gonna be there. He's gonna be there on Axial Fest battle. Also, Eric RC Patina is gonna be there as well. Uh, um, he's planning to be there the first day or the second day, something like that. So he's gonna be there hanging out with us. Man, this is sick, Dennis. Let me see here. Uh-oh. The lights were flickering here. Let me see the chat. I don't see the chat here.
Yellow Dog says the night run is Friday night, usually a good time. Don't miss it.
Yeah,
You don't have lights, bring a headlamp.
that is true. That is true. Yep. If you don't have lights, that is true. Bring a headlamp. Yes. Hopefully, hopefully the Bears this year are
Bring on the Bears. Let's go.
right. They were
I'm
looking.
ready.
They were looking for Rob. They were looking for Rob.
Yeah, they were.
And
Oh, you can make that Axial Fest, but you can't make the one in Indiana. See how you are.
No, I can't go to that one either. I wish I could.
Paints RC, welcome in, bro.
How you doing, Will?
I am trying to control line though.
I can't wait for that one. I can't wait for that one. This is right here, guys. This is that pro body that old man Dennis painted, bro. Raymond E. Tanner, welcome in, brother. Good to have you here. That is so. Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
That
This
is sick,
looks
man.
good.
That is sick.
Gonna put me out of a job.
Never.
Don't you have like 3 jobs?
No, 5. We discussed that already.
Yeah, can't wait to see that pro, man. That is sick job in there. That's awesome job there.
And hey, those are the wheels that I
Yeah.
got at my event.
Yeah, that's the one you sent me. That's
Okay.
the
Yeah.
one I mean there. I got some trenchers in there. I love the trenchers. I don't remember. I think I put the um inserts in this one, if I'm not mistaken, from our guys from Montana.
Um,
SL3. Oh my
Squid,
God. Yeah,
Squid.
Squid.
SL3D.
Yeah, some good stuff. Welcome, Joe, brother.
Thank you. Let's go home.
Let me see here.
You see, Joe did not like the trenchers and he switched his tires out on the Phoenix already.
Oh yeah.
Later,
So-
Jello Dog. Thank you for stopping by, brother. See you next. I'll see you next week, man. Can't wait for that. Let me see. I think I don't know why my Facebook the chat is not opening. I know Raymond sent some picture for us to send. I know he's working on his rig.
Yeah, it's looking really good.
Oh, this is no.
Cycle 13 garage, Dirk, welcome in.
Welcome in, Dirk, brother. Oh, he's sending it to mine. Oh my, I don't know why I cannot switch. Something happened here that
Uh-oh, Robert. I just saw an optic flash across the screen. Did it
uh-oh.
look familiar?
That was an
What?
optical
Let's see, where'd it go?
illusion.
Hey, pay attention, guys. Pay attention what he has on the get him, boy. Stick him.
Get him, Moose. Get him.
Oh, yes.
I have everything. Yes, everything. I don't want any of it.
Oh, look at this. This is the one that Raymond E. Tanner is doing. That is sick.
Yes, I saw that. He sent me pictures.
That is so sweet, man. I love that. 22 stars there. Middle. Awesome job in that. What tires are those?
Those are the megalithics.
Yep.
Yep.
On this one.
Thank you guys for all of you that are buying J Concepts. You're keeping me employed. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah. Keep making good tires and it won't be a problem.
That's sweet stuff, man.
Do you have tusks on yours, Dennis? Or did you put the swampers on yours?
On the O11C, those are the Tusk, yes.
So I put Megs on mine.
I want to put a set of hunks on it.
Robert, welcome in, brother. Good to have you here, man. Moose, another moose? Yeah, we got.
Yeah, it's the dog.
Yeah. What are your favorite tires, guys? I know it's different. Of course, Robert. So you cannot say anything other than J Concept, Robert. Just to let you know, just to remind you, right? Do not mention any
My
other.
favorite scale tire.
Okay. Good point. Yeah. Well said. Well
It's the
said.
one I'm thinking of. I'm gonna have to go with pit bulls.
Mhm.
The XORs and why am I drawing a blank right now?
Rock Beast, Mad Beast,
Thank you.
Beast.
Rock Beast. Rock Beast.
Yeah.
Rock Beast. 4.35s.
455. Oh, 3.5s?
35s. Shorties.
I
Where's
see
mine?
there. Yeah, Walker says J Concept is Tusk. Is most on his trucks. Hyraxis. I have a few Hyraxis. It just depends on the terrain. That's the ones that I started with the Hyrax, and then I found out about the crawlers, crawling crawlers. I like those, and the trencher between the trenchers and the crawler are my favorite. I need to try J Concept tires.
You know, guy.
I started off with the um, flat iron XLs. So I wound up
Yeah, those are
with
very
two
good.
sets of those,
Yep.
and then I wound up the trenchers, the landmines, the Scorpios, and now I've got two sets of the Tusk and two sets of hunks. And between the Tusk and the hunks, I think I like the hunk better.
907.
What size? What size do you like the hunks?
19475s.
Okay.
One
When I
lap.
first started, I used the ripsaws,
Okay.
4-2 ripsaws, the axial ripsaws. And then I went to Hyrax. And then Joe talked me into trying, because then I tried some crawlers, and Joe talked me into Tusk. And now all my comp trucks have Tusks on it. Jericho has some megalithics and Tusks. As far as comping the Tusks and the Megs, that the green compound is the
Evil.
best that I've used
Yeah.
Yeah, they work the best here, that's for sure.
on our rocks. Yeah, they're the best. And like, what's funny is my TF2 has the Element General Grabbers, like the stock Element General Grabber tire, the 155s. And me and Joe were with Tank at Beat the Creek in the hill down at the bottom of the creek on Trail 1 before you go over to go up the creek where they did the hill climb. Joe has the 393 Tusks, Joe,
Yeah, on my
on his
TF2. Yeah.
TF2. And those tires do better than the grabbers, but the grabbers made it up that hill. Joe made it up the hill, and Tank went to run with some kind of funky, like high aggressive one, and go halfway up and get stuck and roll back down. Go halfway up and get stuck and roll back down. And he has every A&M garage part on his TF2. Anti-wrap, skid plates, the forward links. Mine finished that trail with 3 leaf springs. Well, technically 5 because one broke in half. So the front half was still on the axle and the back half was just dragging behind.
That's right. Um, One lack was Russell. So you guys are planning to go to Proland by the Five Horsemen. So he's from that area, Apple Valley. So he says some of the stuff that he uses, the rubbers, modified 2.2 ruptures. He used those, but also he prefers the swampers. They work great out there. They last. That's something that Russell was telling me, especially on those rocks down there, kind of like
Their
sand.
rocks are like sand. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Sandpit.
Some of the J Comp said that he has tried some of them. They're good, but they don't last long. So some people have to change it monthly, or less, right, Russell? On that. So it depends how many times they go out. Tony says that 1.9 hunks stretch over 2.2. Oh, somebody take
Super
over
quick.
real quick, guys. Yeah, somebody
Yep.
take over.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys here that use the Traxxas crawler canyons
Canyon
or trail
crawlers. Yeah.
canyon. They love them.
They work good for what they
Once,
are. And
yeah, once they get that little bit of scrub on them, like the swampers, like Lacos was saying, they work really good.
yeah, but Joe, me, Jericho, we all stretch our tusks on 2.2s.
Hmm.
I run crawler innovation foams. We tried the squids on Jericho's and it works really well on his super light carbon, the SL3Ds, the 2.2 that is made for the tusk. Joe, you got clubs, right?
Yeah.
And Dennis, you run,
Three brothers.
depends on Three Brothers.
Yeah, I got the Three Brothers in mind.
Jericho has the Three Brothers on his Tusk with 1.9.
Let me see. Says here, Goodyear Wranglers 1.55 on my leafers. That's what he uses there. On that. Let me see here. 1.9 rubs don't last out here. Maybe 120 days. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy.
Competition wise, just about everybody's got the ruptures banned out here. So
Okay.
unless you're using them for personal use.
It's the soft compounds. I mean, depending on the rock, they are going to go through quickly.
Yeah.
And
What's up, Sean?
it's a thing. It's damned to get them, damned if you don't, because they work
Yeah.
so well. But again, it's that soft compound. You're gonna go through them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if it wasn't for that soft compound, I really don't think the tires would do as well as they do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most of the comps out
Robert's
here,
got that display there. Just order you a set of rings and wheels off of Robert. Have him
Everything
send
there.
them to
Yeah.
you.
Yes.
Go for that.
So he's going into business here, guys, soon. So, as a
gonna
man,
need some,
welcome in, brother.
need some
So,
more
Robert,
portal weights too.
Yeah.
you saying Robert did not sell me the wheels for this? Is that what you're saying?
You didn't ask.
Well, you didn't offer either. I didn't know that was a thing.
Now, this was a decision that was made a few days later.
Mm.
Sean, welcome in, brother. RC Patina
Very
Eric says Endura 1.9 tires, all-terrain king. I see a lot of stuff for the Endura coming up. I think they're stepping up on a lot of stuff, a lot of parts, right?
I could not find a 3-year for the life of me. So I ordered the Endura 3-year and it's all metal parts. And I
Mhm.
went through that thing to check it out.
And nothing.
It's a nice transmission. Like,
Uh,
had zero complaints out of it. Like,
Endura, that's what it is, Rob?
no, those are the
What do you got
Vanquish
there?
dual case 3 gears that are $130 a piece.
Or you
The
show us
Endura is
Rob.
less than $30
Also,
for a
Well,
trail truck.
it's
What's up,
that's
Dwayne?
the one that the chop shop's got.
Yeah,
Welcome
I
in,
have one right
brother.
here. There's one in this truck.
Oh,
That's a nice.
nice.
Hold on, let me present that spotlight.
This is before I knew what turning was, and it has TRX4 axles under it.
No.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, this one has the old school dual case, like yours with the old Holmes motor.
Oh, I got that one. That's yeah.
C1V1 was my
That's,
first comp build.
so let me see here. I guess Moose was saying here, Josh, that he forgot the
Yeah,
bearing on the front axle. I had to pull the wrong land screw to replace with the correct one. Dwayne, welcome in, brother. Good to have you here. Eric
those
says,
directions on the Pro are very specific
are they?
because that's one thing that's weird is like they use a lot of different length screws through their kits. Axial does
Mm-hmm.
instead of having kind of like a universal side. I found Vanquish and RC 4-wheel drive both use pretty much a standard screw unless like it's this part uses this long, this part uses this long.
On
But
the
Axial's changing screw lengths all the time. You got to pay attention.
on the on the manual, right? Are some correct me if I'm wrong. Welcome, Curtis. Good to have you here. Some of those manuals, right? They come like the actual when this you see the picture of the screw. Actually, that's the actual length, right? Of
Yeah.
the what do you need, right? So some of our new guys don't know about that. They're trying to do a build, so that's something that helps people out. We're not
But they'll
familiar
have
with
a 14, 16, and 18
it. Mm-hmm.
like in different spots in the chassis as you're moving down, and you're like, is that exactly the same size? And you pull out your calipers and
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Uh,
That's
Still
what
to
makes
this
it. The
day,
long sweeps aren't much different. What's
Tamiya
that?
is the worst when it comes to stuff
Uh,
like that. Tamiya.
no, like here's all my Tamiya screws. They're all the same size Phillips. I'm sorry, JST or JIS, Japanese Industrial Standard, right? Kurt knows he's building a Fat Fox right now that he got for his birthday or Father's Day.
Who
Kurt, he's building one of the Fat Foxes, the semi truck
is?
CTO ones.
Oh, I gotta show you guys something. Something we had in the work. Well, excuse me, I cannot show it yet. I will show in the background soon until find out more details on this build that we have to. They asked us if we could do a replica of this race car they do in Alaska. It's another nonprofit for veteran. It has the 22 on top. But after I talk to them, I'm gonna show that some killer. It's a nice rig. It's a nice rig. So I know some of our guys here are gonna be well capable of recreating that. I already talked to Sergeant Majors. I gotta reach out to some other people so we can build that out.
Take care, Robert.
See you,
Later,
Robert.
Robert, brother. Later, brother. Sean J, welcome in, brother. Good to have you here. Uh, so yeah, 1-to-1 sizing in the manuals are clutch. Definitely. It's a help. I think I didn't know, especially when I was, my first build. I didn't know that until I heard somebody, whoever, I don't remember the video who was watching, following through his build, and it was saying that is actual. That's a help, a huge help for us into it. Oh, you guys saw that Song J sent me. I know a lot of pictures have been, a lot of people been posting those that news about that. My goodness,
The newer Larlo.
no, the lipo char that
All
charger
that duo.
that yeah that they Song J had one, and
Yeah.
and he sent me the picture, brother. That is scary what happened to him. That one, that's a specific one that they say that, we got to get out
What
of the
did I
market.
miss? What did I miss? I didn't see any of this. What's
Yeah,
going on?
I'm gonna show real quick. Let me show this some of the pictures that uh um one of our veterans here sent so you guys can see it. So this is Raymond. I know you guys see this. Let me see here. Also, he got an all-in-one on this one. A nice build and with the O11C chassis. Oh, that's a
That's
nice.
a jewel case 3 year, I think.
Is it? That's what it is?
Might be. I can't tell specifically for the case. That's Robert's specialty. He
What's
runs
that?
like all those forums. Is that a jewel case or is that a Benedict Terry?
I think it's a Benedict.
Yeah, that's a Benedict.
Okay.
That's nice. That's nice. Awesome build, Raymond, brother. Awesome build. Um, I was gonna show something. What was it? I forgot.
The Charger.
Open up
Oh,
charger.
The
yes.
HDRC C240.
Thank you. Thank you. That one, guys. So people that know, any people that are listening and have that charger, so there are, you can help me out what they're saying on that,
Is that the one? Is that the one that's catching fire?
yes,
Yeah.
brother. Sanjay is on the chat. Can I show that picture, Sanjay? Here, let me know, brother. I always like to ask. Raymond sent me some more picture. I like those wheels that he has on that, right? Um, I think we should post that on the link. Anybody that has
Yeah, that charger.
that link, look at this one, guys.
Yeah, that Sarge's.
Wow.
That's
Crazy.
Sanjay's. That's Sanjay's when he was in Italy, right, Sanjay?
Yeah, that's when he was in Italy with that one. Yeah.
Yeah, that is crazy. That is dangerous, man. That's why, guys, you don't leave. Doesn't matter. I can't. It doesn't matter what brand or whatnot. I don't. You got to keep an eye on it on that. What do you guys do? Now we're talking about this, man. Now that it's hot, especially a lot of our guys, me here. I have my stuff in the garage, right? And it's very hot, man. Is that another thing that can cause any issues, right? Joe?
Yes.
Right now, because the temperatures are being over in triple digits, right? And especially here in some other states. So that's something that also you guys had to keep in mind, and just be aware of that, man. Safety first, guys.
I'll mute my microphone for this part.
I bet you Sean still has some of those lipo batteries like for 2 years ago still in the trunk on his car.
Yeah. Did I
Tom just
get
takes
I could
jumper
reach in
cables
any
off his car,
direction.
I guess.
I could reach in any direction. Look, just grab
You see?
just grab lipo batteries lying around everywhere.
Jeez. Uh,
Yeah, a friend of mine in Arkansas last year about this time had a
mhm.
garage fire because of it. I mean, luckily he had everything in the ammo can, but
Thank God.
I think he had 6 batteries
Mhm.
gone.
All gone, right?
Yeah.
Where he was charging them, or he would just storage them?
No, they were stored. What he found out is he pretty sure that he had one of them that was not discharged. It was at full charge
Okay,
and sitting in his garage in this heat. It gone.
gone quickly, and that's why welcome in, Queenie. Good to see you, girl. Um, that's why a lot of people, I'm assuming some of you guys, I have many ammo cans. I don't put all the batteries on one spot. So I have probably like 4, 6 ammo bags on one now, so I spread them out. So because that what happens if you got all of them in one spot or one place, if one goes bad, all of them are gonna go bad quick, gonna catch fire.
No.
But a good discharger is just as vital as a good charger.
Yes. That's why me as always storage them. Uh, um, I know a lot of you guys, it depends because you guys go out every week, right? So it doesn't matter on that regard, right? But some of the guys are storing, have to put them in storage mode or whatnot. So they're gonna use it no more than 2 weeks and more, 2 weeks or more, right? It should be when you should
Joe
discharge.
Joe does it every time. I'll admit that I try to run them a little bit at least before I
Mhm.
throw them back in a box, but I don't do full
Yeah.
storage mode discharge.
Okay.
Um, my higher end batteries, I make sure I do it with, but like some Z batteries, as long as I ran it a little bit, I just throw it in the bin.
Yeah.
Like I have a 50 cal amp can that some are
Yeah.
in, I have a bat box that some are in, and I have like another one of the Z lipo bags that they're in.
Yeah.
Well, the
I guess
theory behind it is if you leave at full charge and you're not using it, it creates an internal resistance. And then that internal generates heat, and that becomes the source of the fire.
Oh yeah, we forgot to talk about Sean's injury that he's showing off right now.
what is
Oh
that?
yeah.
Yep, no.
What happened there, Sean?
I fell the other day and fractured my wrist.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
It was working or after?
No, at home. I went home for 4th of July weekend. For the Friday, I fell. And
Were you? And we're not gonna mention whatever, but you were drinking a lot of water.
I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't even like. I was helping the wife around the house move shit, and I tripped over something.
Wow, that's crazy,
But,
man. Wow, that's
yeah.
I
I'm
heard you
impressed.
were wrestling midgets.
No, that's tomorrow night. That's why I
That's
need it on for tomorrow night. That's tomorrow
oh
night.
my goodness,
Wrong
bro.
I
with
heard
that.
you did it by opening a pickle jar.
Pickle jar.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Spicy.
Ben Davis, Ben, one of our guys there, after seeing one of the go up at Action Fest Badlands, on trying to take storage more seriously now. Yes, especially when you see that in person. It's
Yeah.
you don't it's nothing wrong with doing it. Some people, if you do it all the time, the good thing about it, you get accustomed to it, you get accustomed to it. Just a matter of getting accustomed to it.
But there's a lot of YouTube videos out there that you can watch about them going up, and they are just as erratic as what the video looks like. I mean, they're
Yeah.
violent. It shoots out
Hmm.
and just makes a
Yeah.
hell.
What do you call them? Used to be around. I haven't seen them around in a while from California, NorCal, wasn't it? His garage. Remember, he was actually doing a video, and the next one, the whole garage just went poof right up.
That was some years ago, right?
Yeah,
When
yeah. The
I
whole
remember
garage
that.
just went boom. Lucky the whole house didn't go like
I
completely.
remember that. I think Steve was still with us
Yeah, he was.
when
Yeah,
when that happened. Yeah, man, it's just a safety first, man.
yeah.
You see JD? Yes, I put it under there under his wife's side. I figure let me stay. I'm not reading that because the boss is probably in the chat.
I know, Psycho. That's what I was laughing at. That it did get me because now, sure, I can't lift the excavators or dozers. So
Oh, so now you gotta go back to the crawlers?
yeah, now well, the 124 scale surviving for another while. 124 scale gremlins keep getting me.
You're
That's
gonna have to
that's
get it
that,
out and actually use it because it's the only one you can lift now.
that's
I know, yeah. So,
that's karma, Sean. That's karma.
yeah, I know.
I don't get that. Let me see. Let me
Yeah,
see.
to me. Poor Sean.
One Laco says depends on the brand. I know, it depends on the brand as well, also. But still, man, I don't trust anything that goes to an assembly line or whatnot. You don't know, what it
Well,
comes.
that's the thing. Most of them are all made in the same exact same freaking place, just a different sticker stuck
Yeah,
on them. Like 90% of them are all made in the same factory,
yeah.
just a different sticker slapped around them.
So if the packs have the place between the cells, they aren't as violent, more like a smoke bomb. Yeah.
If they put the Kevlar plates in between them, it's not as bad.
Okay. Oh, they do that?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I didn't know that. Wow. Dana,
Premium
welcome, brother.
batteries.
Also, even though guys, I know a lot of people. I have the Venom charger. I like that one. I got the dual. I got the quad, and especially the quad. We take it to a big event, so a lot of our guys can use it. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what brand you have. You always got to keep an eye on it. Just electronics that could go bad at any time. You know, just to save guys. Be safe. I like these wheels, man. That I know you guys seen it. Let me show it here for the guys. That Raymond had. What wheels are those, man? I like those. Look at with the gold.
Those are the Amazons with uh he just put a gold
Yeah,
washer.
I got those washers. That's what I put on my
Yep.
my Red Cat, the Fusion. That looks nice, bro. That looks nice. Let me see something here. I think send me another one with the body. Let me go the other way. Right here. It looks nice, man.
That's pretty. That would actually be pretty cool too. RC Patina said there, like A-Main has some really good fire stuff, like the fire suppression system, a handheld one. That sounds like a pretty cool.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, they just did a feature on that, didn't they? The can where they're testing it.
Oh, I must look into that myself. Even just
What is that? Those bad that's the one you're talking about? What
yeah,
the
I'm not sure what way the handheld
No,
one.
they have it's like a paint can that's
Okay.
like fire suppression.
Oh, that's okay, right? Because
Yeah.
I know some of you guys told me years ago, okay, you cannot use
They're
any.
like this size.
Okay, yeah, because it has to be a specific fire extinguisher, right? To be used on
Yeah,
that
for the
matter.
label, yeah, for a
Uh,
certain type of one.
that's
Just make sure you don't set it down beside your, what do you call that, the dust, the air. Make sure you don't set it
The air
beside.
duster. Yeah.
right, right.
Yeah,
Especially,
spray the compressed air on it instead of.
especially here that have it here next to me for clean the computer, right?
Yeah. Make sure you don't pick up the wrong can and spray.
That's crazy here. That's crazy, guys. So we may guys are we working on getting our guys. We apologize. Our guests were having some issues right here. So it's a possibility that he can join us soon. And always good to have some. We always like to bring some other nonprofits that are there that bring stuff for our veterans. So I like this one. It's awesome, man. And it's do a lot of stuff, outdoor stuff with our guys. So hopefully we could get him so we could, put that information out there. So we'll have that. Larry, welcome in, brother. Welcome in.
Sorry, brother. Welcome.
So what you guys saw that news? Is something coming out on Thursday from Spectrum? Any what you guys guess on that?
It's a new radio.
Well,
That's
they
what
have that. They have that new video coming out, don't they?
That's what it
Yeah.
is, new radio. It's
Yeah,
it's a dual for Sean, one of those.
yeah. Nah, it's sort of like it seems like it's bringing a lot of the features from the flight world, like a lot of that into. So it's like a rugged with all the telemetries and all that stuff. It looks like that's what it sounds like anyway. So
I'm looking forward to that, see what's going on.
yeah,
And I see who was that? I saw another poll. I think it was from Homes Hobby. Some stuff are coming down the pipe as well. So a post today.
from
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
Their
They can draw
650
has
low
them.
pro should be coming out soon, but then they posted a picture of their puller pros.
Okay. Oh yes, that's the one
So
that
look for something soon. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because John hasn't released anything in a while, has he?
in a while. Yeah. So there's some stuff that he did that post today. That some stuff coming up down the pipe. So be looking at that. The next multiple Monday, Larry, is most likely is gonna have it on the calendar. So it's gonna be probably at the end of the month or the beginning of next month, because next week we're gonna be in California. So
Oh, that next week already? Nexel Fest, yeah?
yes, next week, brother. Next week already. It went quickly.
Jeez.
Quick. I'm not ready for it yet. But looking forward to see the guys out there from
Yeah.
West Bend. Yeah. On that one,
Josh, we should fly out next year.
yes.
I usually get a notification when my family vacation up to the sand dunes is.
Yeah. If you guys
'Cause-
gonna go to one, should be Proline, but it's the same week as the Gauntlet.
No,
Yeah. That's a nice one. A nice
Yeah,
location.
Proline's one on my bucket list for sure.
It's a nice
I
location.
definitely.
Yeah, you could have any events are good. Any events are good. So but that one you can bring any brand out there, right? And the location is sick, man. Down there, you got I don't thousands of lines you could take up that mountain, you know. So it's awesome stuff there. Yeah.
Joe's got that hybrid. We could probably get good mileage driving out there now.
It's true, bro. How many people we could put in there, Joe?
Comfortably?
Yeah, 10, 12?
Mm, well, if I get one of those racks or one of those storage compartments to put on the roof,
That would be nice.
we could
I
get
have one of
6
the
people.
receiver
Put
inserts for the back.
yeah,
I'll volunteer for
I
that.
can 2 in the front, 2 in the middle, and 2 all the way in the back in the hatch.
Yeah. Eating a lot of bugs through that road. Make sure you have your mouth closed. And I enjoyed last year. We Bennett, one of our guys, he was going in for that actually Bennett went with us last year. So we flew into Salt Lake. And some of our veterans, Robert he was with us last year, Rob. And I think one of our we took 2 veterans, right? I believe 2 veterans. I said Rob and I. So and then we flew into Salt Lake and Bennett 07, he picked us up there and we drove all the way to Cali there to Action Fest. Don, I keep mentioning Don.
Yeah,
Rob-
that was a great. That was a lot of fun.
That was a nice trip. We took our time, right? What was it, like 12 hours, right? But it was nice,
I don't
man.
know. It's good.
Because the same day that we came in the afternoon, and we drove at least 6 hours, maybe more, and we finished the last day. Yeah.
Josh, if we go, Moose says we got to pick him up in Indiana.
There you go,
I saw
Moose.
that.
Yeah. I call Roof. What's it? That would be nice. That would be nice, man. That would be a nice trip going all the way. Imagine that going all the way Colorado, then Utah, and you take time to start crawling those places.
Yeah, hit them all. Hit them all. Like
And
I've always wanted to go out to the was it TGH's what do they call that place?
Oh, the clubhouse.
Yes, the clubhouse. Thank you.
yes, that's a
It's
nice
only like 2,300 miles, Joe.
20.
Yeah, it's just an oil change midway, right?
Oil change, 8 tanks of gas for me.
Yeah.
Back.
I'll give you my address. We got room for you.
We got yes, yes. You're going next to me on the roof and Moose.
No. All of our gear is going, but we'll be in the inside in the air conditioning. Come
That's
on.
true. That's true. The clubhouse, that's nice. That's another one. I know Sergeant Major went there last year. I think last year or year before he went there and he visited.
Crawling at the clubhouse. Cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. We had a good time
Yeah,
down
it
there.
looks awesome.
The guys are always cool with us and a big supporter of what we do here. So yeah.
Which one's
you
a club?
guys-
Which one's a clubhouse?
Hmm?
Which one's a clubhouse?
That's the one
Team
in
garage hack.
yeah, in Denver.
Yeah.
They give you guys a tour in the back and everything.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that was Sergeant Major was there. Yeah, they did he
Yeah.
spent a good time there with them.
Yeah, it looked awesome. I was
So
jealous.
it was awesome, man. I think he was he was still in the military, so it was last year. He had a trip to Denver. He was still in the army, and then he stopped there and then had a good time down there. So Russell is thinking about moving to Colorado. That's a big move, brother. I was assuming you guys want to move at least to Utah, down St. George Hurricane. I love that location right there, man. So are some welcoming Jimbo? Good to have you here, brother.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Javier. Sorry about the late arrival here. I got my dates mixed up.
No
But,
problem, brother. No problem. It happens, brother. Yes. So let me finish some of the stuff here. So we talk about, Jimbo and everybody, and your organization, brother. Let me see here. EA Supreme, what are some must items for AxoFed aside from obvious Oregon tools? Sleeping bag? Well, even though we're gonna be in a camper, but sunscreen, chapsticks, sticks, and
Robert says bear spray.
yes, that's what he said. Yes, that is true. That is true. So that's
You're lucky this is a family-friendly channel here.
he was a whole family of bears. He were every night that we were there in Donners. I mean, keep mentioning Donners, Rob's Resort. Geez, squeeze. Every night, people when we woke up in the morning, it was stories about the bears scratching their backs into the campers.
Oh, that was last year, wasn't it? Those bears.
That was last year. That was last year, right? It was last year, Robert. Yeah, because Robert was there.
Yeah, I mean, like the sound that they make is so deep and aggressive. Like it's scary, especially for a little guy like me. I was nervous. I wasn't going outside. I'll stay in the camper. I'm good.
Every night we had to walk maybe 20, 40 meters to the trash can, and hey, Robert, go ahead and go. Is this safe, man? Is this safe going to the trash?
I send out Bennett. Bennett's got the bad leg. Yeah, I send out the guy with the bum leg. Like, yo, can you make sure everything's good between here and the camper?
So, guys, now that we had Jimbo here, guys, so let's talk a little bit about another nonprofit out there, man. They do awesome stuff for our veterans. Again, Jimbo, thank you for stopping by and hanging out with us and put the information on what you guys do. We love this, taking care of our brothers and sisters. That's really appreciated for you guys. So, Jimbo, welcome again. And if you could tell the people a little bit about yourself, brother.
Yeah, for sure. No, thanks for having me on. I know a little bit about RC cars from hanging out with Frank Haynes, who's a big fan of your guys, and having him out to the ranch, which is in New Mexico. So Strongpoint Theinert Ranch was started in honor of my brother, First Lieutenant Joseph Theinert, who was killed in action on June 4th of 2010 in Kandahar. And we kind of just sort of stumbled our way through this. So I'm a Gold Star brother. I never served myself, but certainly great appreciation, admiration for anyone who did put on the uniform and volunteer to serve in the way that my brother did. And yeah, after his death, we as a family, we had this property out in New Mexico that Joe had gotten to visit one time before my parents had ever built a house on it or anything. And he, as an LT going through ROTC, we went to SUNY Albany in upstate New York for college. He kind of took us through an impromptu little land nav where all we had was it's my parents I think had bought 2 or 3 parcels at the time, which was probably about 200 or 300 acres of land. And it was kind of just marked by different property markers. And Joe took us around and kind of he was able to just read the topo map and be able to tell us kind of what was what and what we owned and what we didn't. Because realistically, I had no idea, and my parents didn't even really know what they bought. They knew they found this beautiful piece of property, and they thought it might potentially be a retirement spot for them or kind of a hunting camp, whatever. And after his death, a lot of that just kind of changed. And the American Southwest, I'm not sure where everybody's located here, but it's a really beautiful and spiritual kind of place. So after Joe's death, we all sort of found ourselves taking time. At this point, we had a house up out there, but we kind of took time out there as a family to kind of just retreat and just sort of get away from the noise and everything that was going on in life, a lot of the challenges, a lot of the struggles that we were personally dealing with as a family that had just suffered a really tragic loss.
Yes.
And as we kind of went through that path for ourselves, after a while, we were kind of, we were running a nonprofit in his name called the Joseph J. Theinert Memorial Fund, which still exists. And we still kind of give scholarships in his name, but it was a little more limited. And the community where we live, I live full time in New York, on the east end of Long Island. So about 2 hours east of New York City, out on a little town called Shelter Island.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a pretty affluent part of the world. We're kind of near the Hamptons and some sort of high level donor type people. And, we started talking about this dream of cultivating the ranch into a place where veterans could gather and could kind of come together for, whatever they needed. And what that's become in the, 8 years. Yeah, we started hosting retreats in 2016.
2016.
We took a brief hiatus due to COVID. It was pretty tough to think that we'd be able to fly people out from all over the country to, get to come out and be together. So we took a little break during 2020 and 2021, but we got right back to it in 2022. And you can see on our website here, this really awesome facility that got constructed. Most recently was in February. We're putting a big deck off the front of the house, but nowadays at the property, we have a 3,000 square foot, 4-bedroom. We call it the barracks. We're sort of an army family. So, what do you call the place where you where you put a bunch of veterans? It's the barracks. And we have the ability to sleep 22 people out there.
Awesome.
And what we typically do now is we host retreats that are usually about 5 days in length. And this year, I think we're going to hit the most ever. I think for 2024, I think we'll do 8 retreats out on the property in New Mexico.
Nice.
And we also have a partnership location here on Shelter Island in New York, where we host veterans for therapeutic retreats. So, what it looks like is, kind of just it's a big experience, right? It's an opportunity for people to come together with like-minded individuals, people that have that same service experience. We kind of deal with people from all branches, all MOSs, right? Different levels of service experience, whatever, but everybody's served. And I see you have our website up, which is awesome. You guys can find out a lot about the program and what we do there. But in essence, I think that for people that might be struggling, might be having a tough time, Strongpoint can be like a good catalyst to kind of maybe shake the rust off and come on out, try something that's a little bit different. Step outside your comfort zone, go to a place that you've likely never been before and is really, really quite beautiful. And because of the remote location that we're in, it really allows us to foster super deep connections to the group that's there, right?
That brotherhood that we're always looking for.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that, knowing a little bit about Operation Charlie is like, you guys offer something kind of on a more localized or more regular basis. And I think that is just as important, right? For people to develop these kind of routines and connections that they can lean on in like a sort of, week to week, month to month sort of scenario. But I think there's a lot of us, military or otherwise, that when we're struggling, we have a tendency to kind of tunnel inward, right? And ignore connecting with other people and sort of stepping out of our comfort zone. So Strongpoint is it's sort of built and designed in this way where, folks come out and they get to have an experience that hopefully reconnects them, hopefully allows them to feel a little bit stronger, whether it's, mentally or physically, and hopefully get to that other side of whatever sort of shit they're dealing with.
Yes.
And, that's kind of the ranch in a nutshell. And I'll field any other questions you guys have, or I'll talk all night. I don't want to take.
No, that's good. That's good, Jimbo. I like it because make it easier for us. But it's like you were mentioning, it's like finding that purpose. Some of us, we lose that purpose when we come back, and that's when we go into that deep hole, right? And so I love it. I love it. Just being out there amongst other veterans and the outdoors and the program where you guys incorporate in that. I know you guys have many stuff there, those 5 days planned for each day, right? For those veterans.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about that? Can you tell us what you guys do throughout the scheduling?
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, I can definitely talk you through it. I mean, the first thing as I'm, watching people tinker around in their workshops, which is so awesome. I love seeing a group of people that have a hobby, have a passion, and are putting it to good use. Is we know that people, service members, right, veterans, they look to serve. And so something that's really unique about Strongpoint is ever since our first retreat back in February of 2016, we've always included a service project. So the ranch itself, the house that was built, the barracks, it's a manufactured home. So it was delivered, and kind of set up as a manufactured home would be. But everything else that's on the property has been built and installed, developed, cultivated, right? All these things by the veterans that have come through it. So we love this service project because it's a hands-on opportunity for people to kind of back to the ranch, but also pay it forward to whatever next groups are that are coming out. So we have like a hitching post memorial because my brother was in the Cav, so we refer to it as Fiddler's Green. That was built on our third retreat. We have a walking labyrinth that we utilize. People have built things like outdoor gyms, the whole deck off the barracks that I was describing. A flagpole was erected last summer. Concrete work has been done. Bookshelves, nightstands. When we had to furnish the barracks, we had a team it was a mixed group of veterans and some civilian volunteers that had been donors for a long time and wanted to help out. And we did like a mixed group of, veterans and civilians to build all of the bunk beds that are in the barracks. And it's great.
I love it. I know last year, was it last year you guys built that huge deck? I know Frank was out there with you guys.
Yeah. That was February. Yeah, it was like 6 months ago.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but it was, that undertaking, we got a great donation from Stanley Black & Decker that owns DeWalt Tools. They donated a bunch of, drills and drivers, circular saws, stuff like that. And we kind of had all the tools. We had a couple of people in our network, an architect and a couple of tradespeople that definitely knew what they were doing. And the rest of us were like, hey, we can cut boards and we can screw stuff down where we need to. And
awesome.
We built I think it's like a 1,500 square foot deck or something. The thing's massive. And we built that with the intention of, we're going to have these groups out of 15 to 20 people. You want to have enough outdoor space for people, but Frank was there with me. Like we got the thing built, and like we're sleeping out under the stars. You have incredible stargazing out there. We've had veterans get introduced and try yoga for the first time, which I know it might not feel like, hey, it's my thing or whatever, but I don't know, you sit for 20-30 minutes and you do a little combat stretching, and all of a sudden you're like, hey, that crick in my neck isn't so bad, right? Or I'm able to like kind of turn this way when usually I'm not able to. And it's like, hey, maybe that's a good thing. So the service project is a huge component of what we do, because it gives the ranch kind of this life of its own, where the projects that get chosen, the things that we take on, are kind of developed internally by our facilitation team, which includes myself and a lot of other veterans who have been to the ranch and want to come back as facilitators. We do always have a licensed mental health professional on each retreat, because I think just having these sort of intense experiences where it's not quite a deployment, but certainly anyone who's ever gotten TDY or like a training exercise, like that's kind of what Strongpoint is, right? You're coming out there with a group of guys, and very, very naturally, and we noticed that in the early days, conversations that were by definition like pretty therapeutic for people to be having, they just happen, right? And you guys know that from when you guys are hanging out and doing your meetups, whatever. And it was like, we felt it would be important to have a mental health professional on site who kind of help, deal with some things that come up, or maybe if the opportunity presents itself, which it has many, many times over the years, for somebody to really offload some really heavy shit they've been carrying. I don't know if can I curse? Sorry.
Oh, you good, brother. Go ahead.
But so that's kind of the crew, is we have, this facilitation team that's in place, and they sort of do some of the identifying of like the service project and kind of what should be happening. And, there's been people that have kind of wanted to, come out because of, a particular, project that would be taking place. And, we kind of have like, we have one Connex right now, like a 40-foot long box, tall box. Kind of try to be like, that's sort of a project on the horizon in the next year or two, is probably trying to better fortify that workshop, maybe get a second Connex and then do like a roof in between the two of them. Cause, inevitably, I think people hear ranch and it's like, oh, is it actually like a cattle ranch? Or am I going out there to actually like, herd cattle or, shear sheep? And it's like, no, not quite. We don't have any animals of our own. But we're certainly working, right? There's always projects to be done. There's always things that are needed. And, it's great. It's but that's not the only thing we do. So typically the service project kind of kicks off kind of as like the intro activity to get the group to kind of mesh together. That's, I think, how camaraderie is built a lot in the military. You have to do sort of hard shit together. And so that's our service project. And then going on from there, we typically let our mental health professionals do a little instructional things on some different, therapeutic techniques, or even like mindfulness practices, whatever. And then go ahead, Mary, you can run. It's okay. It's all good. But, we give them some leash, and then, it's getting out and exploring the property, right? Because certain components that we've built now into the physical property, like Fiddler's Green, is worth a visit, right? It's this memorial place where, even that, right? It's a living memorial, because people who come out, they offer up new names that they want to add, and we hand stamp dog tags for people that we want remembered. And so, it doesn't have to be KIA. We have people on that hitching post that are veterans who, unfortunately died due to suicide or overdose, right? Murders. All of the different things that, come up, right? So we definitely make a visit to that memorial. We do a stop to our walking labyrinth, which is a beautiful location that is just kind of fun to interact with. We try to design usually one pretty good, hike or ruck march, and we do a legacy hike where it's, it's usually a decently physically strenuous hike, kind of getting people out and kind of putting them through their paces out in the desert, which I think, physically is a good reminder of what our bodies are capable of. No matter how banged up you guys are, you're still honestly very strong people based on what you've done in life. And I think some people need that physical reminder of like, hey, I can get up that hill. I can, go over that mountain, whatever. And then with the physical, we kind of encourage, everybody on that hike to take a minute and share a little bit about themselves, what they want people to know about their service, or what they want their legacy to be, how they want to be remembered, these sorts of things that, I mean, it's definitely like, it's some heavy ideas, but when you're in this space, right, where it's just the 15 or 20 guys that are out there for that retreat, or girls, right? We've done co-ed retreats, we've done female veteran specific retreats, which are pretty cool. Whoever it is, like, it's a really intimate setting, right? You get to know people really very well.
Yes.
By the end of that first day, it's kind of like, hey, we're in this random place in the middle of nowhere, and we're the only people here. And typically, those are the only people you're going to see over that 5-day period. It's just, we're not in a location where there's cars driving by, and the town that's nearby is really nice and small. Maybe we'll go in for dinner one day there, but it's like, you're there to be there with those people. And so kind of touring the property, doing the legacy hike, doing the service project. We do have a couple of neighbors that have some animals, so we've done some equine therapy. We've worked with horses, which is really awesome to do that.
Yes, I did that. I really enjoyed that. When I came back from Iraq, they sent me to do that. I really enjoyed that one, down in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have an amazing kind of equine therapist who volunteers with us, and
Awesome.
whenever she's available and comes out, it's a great thing to kind of incorporate into our program. But really, I mean, I think more than anything, Strongpoint Theinert is a place, right? It's a physical place where veterans get to gather, get to be together. And, Strongpoint Theinert Ranch is a little too long to say, so we shorten it down to STR. And for that STR, we sort of branded it as strengthen, transition, and reconnect. And that's kind of our big three objectives for any retreat that we do. And we're a small organization. We're family run. We pay no salaries.
Mm-hmm.
But we do good work. And I'm very proud that we're in a place where, when we started running, we were able to do 2 retreats a year. That's
Awesome.
that's what we could handle from a, because we cover everything. We pay for flights, we pay for all the meals, everything, right? It's all we ask of our participants is that they get themselves to and from their home airport. So, at the time we were challenged because we were trying to fundraise to build the barracks and also pay for these programs. So now that the barracks has been constructed, this is only the 3rd year we've really had it around. And the first year was kind of finishing the construction, getting it all outfitted. So I think we did 3 or 4 retreats, might have been the same last year. And then this year, like I said, we're going to do 8 retreats at the ranch property in New Mexico. And then we've already done 1 here on Shelter Island. We're going to do another one here on Shelter Island in the fall. So we're going to have 10 retreat programs happen this year, which you can speak to Frank or any of the other, hundreds of veterans that have worked with us. Like, a lot can change in those 5 days. And we just really encourage people to go to the website. There's an application on there we're kind of most of the way through the retreat schedule for now. There might be something that gets added for the fall. We're kind of talking about that at this point, but apply, sort of get in our Rolodex a little bit, and we'd love to have, anyone and everybody come out at some point and get to experience the place.
From I see there, Jimbo, what we have some of our veterans here in the chat listening, some of here. What is the requirements? What do they need when they fill out the application? Do they need like the DD-214, the ID card, any of that stuff?
They might need the DD-214. I think there's a link there for them to upload it. But if it might, I can't remember. We've gone back and forth on the DD-214 of whether they have to upload it or whether it's kind of provided upon request sort of thing. One of the things that as a smaller organization, we certainly we like to get referrals, and kind of we've grown our organization in like a really grassroots manner, and we want to keep doing that. So if you're hearing about Strongpoint from me or from someone, a prior participant, certainly let us know that, because that goes a long way into just letting us know, that it's someone who has a good understanding of what the program is and what it isn't, you know. And I think in the early days, it was a little more twisting people's arms to get them to come out and maybe making it sound like, oh yeah, you know, it's going to be a free vacation and you're just going to be riding around on ATVs and you're going to be shooting stuff. And it's like, no, I mean, like, yeah, I get like the desire to want to do that, but we don't do hunting, which I know it's like, it's tough because there are some really big, beautiful elk in New Mexico, specifically near our property. But it's just not something that's really made sense for us. So, yeah, DD-214 is great. And, you know, just be kind of open and honest on that application about, you know, where you're at and what you're looking to get out of it. Because I think the more transparent people are, the easier it is for us to just, you know, identify if it's the right fit for them or not.
This is so awesome, Jimbo. I really appreciate the work that you guys do, you know. It's kind of like similar in a way what we do here in Operation 11 Charlie. Most of us are from the PTSD and rehab program, so we just trying to bring awareness of veteran suicide. So we use the RC as a tool to get them out, right? Go out to the trails. We do monthly outings, weekly outings, depends on the chapters on different states, and taking them to an event. A couple of weeks ago, right, we were in Action Fest in Badlands. It's an off-road location, and we had a house that we had maybe 18 of our guys there with family members, and that bringing that family together, that brotherhood and what our guys, some of our guys don't even went to the trails, just hanging out, just talking
Right.
stories, and then we love that after when the day ended, while Frank was cooking. While Frank was cooking, man, we just hanging out and talking, and it's good also with FM. I see there that you also have guys have like a family retreat.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that, Jimbo, because some of our families don't understand some of the stuff that we go through, right? And so understanding, learning what is all about, what we go through. Some of our guys are going through the same stuff. It's just amazing, and that will help them understand. That will help them deal with with us a little bit better. I'm talking with experience. That's what my wife did, especially when I came back from Iraq. It was a whole different world for her, and she was, just lost and
Yeah.
see what's going on here. And then so it helps a lot when the family gets involved. So I love that, man. I love that. Some of our guys, sadly, that we lost is because they don't have that support in a way, that somebody around them to see those red flags too. And I love, so that's important. That's important
It's
for us.
super important. And I think, you know, kind of to that point, which I would sort of chime this in here, is like, yeah, I think a lot of times more than anything, people feel like, is Strongpoint for me, in the sense of like, am I messed up enough? Or no, I don't want to take somebody else's spot. And whether it's our program or any other program, I would say like, just get involved, right? Like,
Yes.
you know, what you guys are doing is awesome, because you're giving people that community, and those connections back to the military community, which once you're out of it can feel like you're no longer a part of, but like that's objectively just not true, right? That's always going to be a part of who you are.
Yeah.
It's not the only thing that you are, but it's definitely a very big, very meaningful part of. And any opportunity you can take to kind of get back to that, or continue being, you know, active in, is critical. Yeah, I can tell you that, you know, on numerous retreats, we've had people, you know, drop out, you know, or cancel, no show for a flight, kind of day of or day before, right? And that's always a bummer. There was
Yeah.
once I think we had a small retreat scheduled with 5 or 6 people, and everybody bailed on it, right? And it was like,
Wow.
man, that sucks, right? And
Yeah.
a lot of work, a lot of planning goes into those sorts of things.
Yeah.
And so I just say to anybody that's listening or thinking about it, and it's kind of like, well, I don't know if it's really for me. It's like, well, you don't know, right? Like, come out, like, participate in it, see for yourself, and then go from there. Because, you know, one thing I would say, you know, having lost military friends to suicide, is like, you don't think it's you until it's you, right?
Yeah.
And myself, our organization, literally hundreds of organizations throughout this country, right, are trying to provide services, and it's critical that people stay involved with it. And I'm so proud of the place that Strongpoint is at now, because of the 8 programs that are happening this year at the ranch, I'm only a part of 3 of them. And 5-6 years ago, that was a fantasy for me. Like, I never would have thought that we'd be in a place where we have enough people that are familiar enough with the property, our family story, our mission, everything we're trying to do. And so not only do we have those people, but all of them are people that were originally like participants at Strongpoint Theinert, right? So, I think like that's just, that's where it starts, right? It starts with the people who are willing to say, hey, yeah, you know what? Like, I think I'm good. I'm pretty much in a good place. I'm managing everything that's gone on. And like, yeah, there's some stuff I don't talk about, but guess what? I don't need to talk about it. It's like, I don't know, maybe you do, right? Like, it's worth it to try to dig a little deeper and maybe go a little bit farther, because you could help yourself. And in that process, right, I can at least speak for Strongpoint in this situation. If you can help yourself, then you can get to a place where you can help other people. And that's like that's a little more zoomed out view of something that we're trying to do with the ranch.
And that's exactly the goal that we are trying to achieve, right? And I love that way you said that the more organizations that do what we do, the more help, the better that we can help out, and trying to get that number down and whatnot. So I love that. I love that, Jimbo. Later moves, brother. Take care, battle. That is awesome, man. Man, I liking this. And guys, I've been posting the website, right? So you guys could check it out. I know you guys there are on Facebook as well. I'm gonna be right Facebook and Instagram as well. I'm gonna be posting that as well here on the chat for you guys to see. It doesn't matter if you're a veteran or not, guys. You don't know, you have a friend, a family member that can benefit from this, guys. And knowing all this information, and you can help somebody out down the road. So it's very important. That's why we like to bring some other nonprofits out there that do a lot of stuff for our veterans out there. So just put it on your notes. You never know when you're gonna need it for again, family member or a friend or somebody down the road. So
yeah, and that's, I mean, that network, right? That sort of, if you think about a safety net, right? It's you come out to Strongpoint and you meet some people and you have this connection to them through this place where you've had some difficult conversations, whatever. Like, you have just more of a safety net in place, right? It's been fortified so that hearing that we've had participants, right? Like, it's not some magic recipe. You're not going to come out to any place anywhere in the world, but certainly not our place, and have all your problems, every challenge go away, right? We've had past participants commit suicide, which is really unfortunate. We've had others, make attempts, but the fact that following a suicide attempt, those participants have felt comfortable enough reaching out to me, our mental health professionals, or somebody else from their retreats, like, that's big, right? That like, you're able to still reconnect with these people and know, like, hey, it's somebody else to check in with, because I think and there's so much to talk about, underlying the epidemic, but I think, with suicide attempts, right, there's like a lot of shame, right, of like, oh, I couldn't even do this, right, or just whatever, all sorts of negative thoughts, and it's all bullshit, and really most of it's all inside your own head. And I think the more opportunities we give ourselves to spread load some of that kind of outlet, talk to other people, the better off we're going to be. And again, not having served myself, but like, I had 2 older brothers, right? I've lost one of them. I got a lot of male friends, like, just this ability to be able to say something to a guy who knows you and is not going to judge you based on it. Like, that's massive. And so, the Strongpoint experience, even though it's only 5 days, it gives you an opportunity to make a whole lot more connections. And you don't know what that web of connections is going to do for you moving forward. right?
Yes.
Whether it's you or someone else in your family, friend group, whatever. Yeah, and the family retreat that you mentioned, Javier, that's a new program that we're kind of getting off the ground in about a month from now. So really excited to be doing that, because a couple of years ago, when we didn't have the barracks, we were operating out of my parents' house. It was like a 1,200 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, but it was not set up for groups of 20 guys to be coming through it.
Yes.
And we're in a different place now, so we can offer up space to military families. And the idea of like, hey, when is the right time to, you don't have to obviously bear everything about your military service to your kids, but just try to have them understand a little bit more about, what are some of the hardships you experienced during your service, right? What are some of the things you were asked to do? What does your service mean to you, right? How do where and when and how do I have those conversations? I really feel like Strongpoint is a place where you can do those things. So really excited to have that that'll be our first one on ranch property in August of this year. And hopefully we'll have more of those to come in the future.
Awesome. Love that, guys. So again, I'll be posting the link, guys, for you guys can share those, so some of our family members, friends, or whatnot, or veterans that you meet down the road. You mentioned something that us, especially us and O11C, right? I mentioned that the RC is just a tool for what we do, our work that we do. That's what we mentioned, the relationship with that representative and those veterans is very important, because us here in O11C most of our job is 24/7, opening an ear to those veterans, listening to them, getting to them, and just keep an eye and working with them constantly. It helps out tremendously. So that's awesome, Jimbo, on that, man. I appreciate it, man. Very grateful for that.
Very welcome, and thank you for letting me come on and sort of talk a little bit more about the ranch and what we're doing. And I hope we can keep the channel open between us. And
Yes.
if you guys are looking to do another retreat at some point, there's definitely plenty of rocks out at the ranch, so you guys can have all the fun you want crawling over them, driving up and down the arroyos. And we've only got the one side-by-side UTV, but you can go with the medium size. It's not quite the full monster truck yet, but we can crawl some stuff.
But that's some of the ideas that we were that we wanted to talk to you down the road. So that would be awesome to have some of our veterans from our program that be part of that retreat. That will be awesome out there, man. That's some of them will benefit from it and are in need of something like that, man. So that's awesome, Jimbo.
Yeah, I mean that just to put a pin in it, I would just say, like, that's kind of the place we're at now too, is like having this dedicated space, having this barracks that's been been constructed, having our facilitation team coming together. We really want to be kind of this, I hear it all the time when I hear, we'll get maybe 2 or 3 guys who serve together come on the same retreat. And it's playing the name game of like, oh, hey man, like, have you seen, when's the last time you saw this guy? Oh, I don't know. Like, did you hear about this guy? Oh yeah. And it's like, people are always looking to gather and looking to get together. And Strongpoint Theinert, we welcome that. We want to host veterans groups. We want to host organizations. So for someone who's like looking to try to do like a group reunion, and people are scattered all over the place, like, reach out to us, like, talk to us, and we'll see if we can get it done for you. Because I mean, first and foremost, I think Strongpoint is a place. There's a really good, strong program that we have, in complement to that place. And then the last component is the people, right? Like I mentioned, people bugging out on retreats. We need people to come out, right, to experience this program, but it's all going to happen in this very beautiful space in rural New Mexico. Not a place that you're necessarily going to put on your vacation list, right? It's not going to be like, oh yeah, I'm going out to the desert, but I can tell you the amount of repeat participants we've had. There's obviously something very special, very unique to it, that people do want to stay involved, do want to continue to kind of visit and draw some strength from it. So please, you reach out via our application on our website, anyone who's interested. Most of the contact or email forms are going to come my way anyway. And yeah, let's start the conversation about how, you guys can make use of Strongpoint Theinert as another resource to do, further what you guys are doing, and just continue to help veterans, because that's really what we're trying to do.
That's awesome, man. I appreciate that, Jimbo, brother. Yeah, Sanjay, we have some of our guys that still serving a part of our program. We have around 200 veterans in our organization, plus all over the states and whatnot. Definitely, it's that location to decompress, man. Couple of years ago, we went to an event that they did for us, trying to raise money down in Utah, St. George hurricane area. And the veterans that we took there, I think we took about around 10, 12 down there. It was so refreshing just being there in that location out there, being in the outdoors and whatnot, then adding what we do and being part of that event. So I see the similarities with what you guys do in your guys' location. Is that safe place for our guys, man, to recharge our batteries, and and trying to keep doing what we do, and and help
Yeah, and I
other
mean, I think
down the road.
not to get so philosophical on it, but like my sort of thing about the desert is, like, at first glance, the desert looks dead, right?
Yeah.
And if you're going through it, if you're in the shit, like you feel like you're dead, or might as well be dead. But
Yeah.
when you go to the desert and you spend some time in it, you realize that it's not dead. It's very much alive, and it's a vibrant, really interesting, really beautiful place. And whether it's like the lizards that are running around the house, or some, random, half dead cactus or tree that's got a blooming flower on it, it's like, oh damn, that's pretty cool. And you get to see these things, you get to notice them when you break the routine, right, of whatever, the day-to-day is, that maybe your day-to-day routine is not the best. And I think a program like Strongpoint, it can be that 5-day catalyst to make some changes to, hopefully improve your life on a day-to-day. And if you spend 5 days there, it's really not that much of your year or your life, but it gives you an opportunity to kind of take stock and maybe just sort of set a little bit of a new course and address some of the changes that you probably need to make, because all of us, we can always be looking to improve and get better in some kind of way. And yeah, that's why I love going out there and getting to do what we do.
Jimbo, there's a question there. Go ahead, Sean.
I was going to say, did you see the question from Sergeant Jay?
For Sanjay, he's one of our guys that's still serving. And Sanjay is asking, is still available to people still serving? And he's an active duty of 20 years and counting.
Yeah, Sergeant Jay, absolutely. We've had numerous active duty members come out. We have worked with specific units at this point to kind of do like some pre-deployment type things. So if you have an interest in coming out with multiple people who you currently serve with, definitely reach out to us. We would love to, on most military bases, there is like some sort of director of psychological health, or a clinical type person. We've had good luck working with them, and we've had people get put on orders to come out and come see us for 5 days, right? So that's pretty cool. But if not, if you're just like, hey, I just kind of want to check it out, I'm interested in this, we can do that too. We do try to be mindful of, how is it different to still be active, right? Still in uniform, still doing the job, versus people who are post-service, because I do think there is a different mentality and mindset that's required to be actively doing it, right? Versus kind of being separated from service. Yeah, no, it's certainly, you're not, we try to be really inclusive. We didn't, when we drew the whole thing up, we didn't want to aim too narrowly, and now we've worked with all sorts of people. My mom actually, in our early years, she ran a Gold Star Mothers Retreat. So it was just a bunch of old moms hanging out there, and it was like, but it was great. I'm a high school teacher by trade, and I've done some programs now where I've had high school students come out to the ranch property and work alongside veterans. So like I said, we're a place, and we're trying to bring people together. We're trying to do some good. If you've got an idea for something, like, let's start the conversation and let's see if we can make it happen. Because at this point now, we have over over 1,100 acres of land that we own. There's a lot more public lands that surround our area. We have, a 3,000 square foot, 4-bedroom, 4-bath barracks that can sleep 22 people easily. For people that are comfortable being rugged, we got the big deck. You can sleep out under the stars. We got a Cabela's Outfitters tent that we've used for overflow housing in the past. Like, we've got a lot of what's needed to kind of bring people together, and in a really, really special location. So
it just going and being part of it. Just take that take that advantage of what you guys, of what they offer, guys. So awesome. That's awesome, Jimbo. Again, I cannot thank you guys enough, brother, what you guys do for our brothers and sisters, and what your family do, brother. That's it means a lot to us, man. Guys, again, we've been posting the link for Strong Point here in the chat. Anybody has any question, they could reach out to any of us here, and we could pass the information on to Jimbo. Any question you guys may need, we'll try to help you guys out on
you
that.
can put out my email too, Javier, if you want. It's just jimbo@strongpointtheinert.org, but
Okay,
feel free to share that. That's fine.
Okay, perfect. I'll do that, guys. I need always good people. Probably you guys need some volunteers or helping out or whatnot on your program, right, Jimbo, or no?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, mostly what I say to people is like, before you think of yourself as like a volunteer, it's okay to be a participant, right? It's okay to come out and just be a part of it. Everybody, that's that service project that I talked about. Everybody's going to be helping out, assisting in some kind of way to help further or maintain or improve the ranch. So, if you want to think about that as your volunteer component, then cool, right? But yeah, come out, be involved, and it's really exciting to see the growth that is the ranch itself. But for me, I'm honestly more excited about the people, right? And when we have a wider network of people that are aware of what we're doing, what we're trying to do, and they can communicate it out to their communities, their families, like, then that's really good. One of our facilitators, his thing is that, like, the American military is the greatest fighting force in history. And he's like, and I think a lot of us have lost sight over, how we can still be fighters in our daily life. And I was like, that's a really great mindset, right? And I do think that there's a certain amount of like reskilling. I don't want to say retraining, because I don't think it's retraining. I think it's reskilling, right? Or learning some new skills that you can take with you and implement in your life, implement in your family's life, your community's life, to right? Veterans have historically changed the world.
Yeah.
And I think for our country, you have changed it for the better, right? By and large. And, I think continuing to identify as a veteran, continuing to serve by maybe just, turning the lens a little bit and serving yourself by coming out and learning how to, maybe take a little bit better care of yourself, or different strategies, different, people, activities, things that can help you, then that's going to change the world.
Definitely. Some of our veterans are writing that on the chat that we got to invite Jimbo to one of our events. So we got to take you one of this event with us, Jimbo.
Sounds good, man. Yeah, I'll come drive some little cars. I got a 4-year-old son who might want to tag along too. He had some fun.
Definitely.
In February, ripping around with Royo.
We always encourage.
Hey, Jimbo, just don't call them toys. They're not toys now.
All right. I gotta learn the nomenclature. I don't know.
Right. What are they? Robert? They're not toys, or what?
I don't know.
It's not a doll, it's an action figure.
Yes.
That's awesome, Jimbo. I appreciate him. Anything else that you wanna tell the people before we start saying our goodbyes, brother?
No, I think I pretty well covered it, but no, just thank you again for having me on, and thank you for what you guys are doing. I really do think that the regular weekly, monthly meetups, right? The localized things, that's so important. And, I think that's why there are so many different veteran nonprofits out there, because there's this is a big problem that obviously the DoD was never really prepared for, and I'm not sure they ever really cared. And I think before the advent of social media and all of us getting our own little soapboxes and our own personal voices, like they didn't even know how big of an issue it was, or again, didn't care. And now it's like you have thousands of military nonprofits in this country, all of them trying to do different things. And, I love working with other orgs because everybody has something to add that I really think is of benefit to it. So no, thank you guys. Thank you for having me on. And please, if anyone has any questions for me or about Strongpoint, hit us up. Really happy to start the conversation and try to figure out a way we can work together.
Definitely, Jimbo. Hey, we are trained to go down range, but are we trained to come back? That's the big question, right? Probably not, man. So yeah, definitely. That's what we're here for. I love it, brother. Thank you so much. Let me see here. We'll start, guys. Any question that you guys may have here on the panel? No. Here on the chat for Jimbo, so we can start saying our goodbyes. If not, go ahead, Josh.
Hey, thanks for having me. Good show. Jimbo, thanks for making it in. And sounds like an awesome organization and an awesome place for people to just decompress for that 5-day trip. It just sounds amazing. Everybody hit the thumbs up on your way out and be safe.
Thank you, my brother. Go ahead, Joe.
Thanks for letting me be part of the group. Amazing place. Was looking around on the website. That's pretty cool. I've been to New Mexico 3 times myself through scouts at the Philmont Scout Ranch, and that's a very beautiful country out there. So definitely, if anybody has the opportunity to, looks like a great time. Thanks for putting it on.
No, thank you.
Awesome, Joe. Thank you, Joe. Thank you for joining us. Go ahead, Sean. You're muted, brother.
Hey, thanks a lot, Joe, for coming on and sharing, or Jimbo. And then everybody in the chat, thank you so much for the support to Show 11 Charlie week in, week out, whether it's with waffles or support for anything we're doing. It couldn't be done without you guys. The support that you show. And Javier, thanks for making me a part of it, brother.
Thank you for being part of us and helping on our cause, brother. One of the veterans there, Jimbo says, just want to say thanks to Jimbo and his family. Sorry for your loss, but commend you all for turning into something positive and helping other veterans. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to take all the air out of the room. I know we're saying our goodbyes. I didn't know the term post-traumatic growth before, we started running retreats at the ranch, and I've learned it in that time. And I don't know, I know it's a longer story as to how we were able to, as a family, be able to kind of turn this negative into something positive. But I'm damn sure glad that we had the people in our lives and the support that we did to kind of get us there. But kind of having learned that, like, that definitely changed my life, of this idea that just because bad shit happens doesn't mean it has to be bad, right? The tailwind on that, I would never ask for my brother to not be here, right?
Yeah.
To be killed in service. But the fact remains that he was, right? And kind of accepting that fact and trying to choose positive, trying to, choose happiness where I can, choosing to be better where I can. It's been an incredible journey for us as a family, and we wouldn't be able to do it without the people that have sort of thanked us for Joe's service and supported us along the way. So appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you, Jimbo. Go ahead, Dennis.
Javier, appreciate the invite and being part of this. Jimbo, it was nice meeting you, hearing about the ranch and what you guys do. It's really, really something. Everybody in chat, thanks for joining in. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up on the way out.
Thank you, Dennis, brother. Go ahead, Rob.
Everybody that's in the chat, thank you guys for commenting. Thank you guys for your interactions, and thank you for your support and love for tonight. And Jimbo, what you do is amazing. I've also been looking at pictures. The only thing I can say is that I wish you were around 20 years ago. My dad had struggled. He drank himself into the grave. He had no avenue And without what you're doing and what Operation 11 Charlie is doing, there's so many more people that are out there that will end up the same way. But with you guys supporting, talking, have your hand on just somebody's shoulder because that's all that they need. It's an amazing thing. It's nothing but love and just family and brotherhood, sisterhood. Sorry, it's a sensitive subject with my dad. I really wish everybody that's here right now had this going about 20 years ago because I do believe my dad would still be around.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm here. That's why I support Operation 11 Charlie. Anything for the veterans is because I don't feel like I was able to save him. But if there's somebody out there that needs to talk, I'm here for you. Just, I'm old enough now. I'm wiser. I understand more. Just reach out to anybody. My phone's always on me. All right. Love you all.
Love you too, Robert. Thank you for sharing that, brother. Jimbo, go ahead. You want to say your last goodbye? No, you say it. Do you want to say your last goodbyes?
Yes, I do. Yeah. Rob, thank you very much for sharing. I appreciate you opening up and sharing about your dad. I lost my dad last year. He was not a military veteran, but he was a 22-year veteran of the FDNY in New York City. Despite having many major physical traumas and issues, I think the worst thing that ever happened to my dad was losing his son, Joe. And unfortunately, I don't think that he ever really healed from it. And I think that he ultimately died from cardiac issues. I think it wore down his heart. And, just you guys who are here, right, who are choosing to be a part of this community, either, digitally or in your own local areas, like you're doing it, right? You're doing the work. But just please know that like it takes all of us, stepping up and doing our part, being responsible and accountable to ourselves and being willing to share stuff that maybe we don't want to share and whatever. So, Rob, thank you for that. That was really awesome to hear. And thank you to everybody in the chat. Thank you, Javier, for having me on this. We've kind of tried to coordinate this a few different times, but I'm glad I'm here. And I'm hopeful to, maybe get some emails from you guys this week. If I don't get back to you right away, it's because I'm heading to Yosemite on Sunday for a little backpacking trip with some buddies of mine.
Awesome.
Nice.
Getting out into the outdoors, go check out some rocks. That's what it's all about, right?
Right.
And no, just thank you guys again and hit the thumbs up on your way out.
Thank you, Jimbo, brother. Always welcome, so we can spread the word out. That's very important. Spread the word out to a lot of this organizations that are there for our veterans. Stay a few more minutes, Jimbo. So we can say a proper goodbye after the show. Everybody in the chat, thank you so much for your support. It means a lot to us. Shows like this, guys, not just RC, right? That's not what O11C is all about. It's just a tool for our program. You can share some of this information that a veteran, family member, friend, whoever can benefit from it, guys. So that's why we bring this stuff over here. So again, next Monday, we will have our brothers from Canada, GCM, will be here next Monday, guys. So looking forward to that show next week. And then after that, we go into Rob's Resort down in Lake Tahoe area. Looking forward to spend time with our veterans down there. Again, guys, thank you so much for the support. Be safe out there, guys.